Let's talk about microclimate engineering and the powerful role it can play in the war against malaria. A microclimate is a small space within your environment where the climate is different. This could be a hole in the ground where water gathers, or a gutter around your house that is clogged up by all sorts of trash, preventing water from flowing freely. These environments or these microclimates create a fertile ground for mosquito breeding. Microclimate engineering involves making targeted adjustments to your environment to make it less hospitable for mosquito breeding. And when you hear the word engineer, you might be tempted to think that it requires making huge changes to your environment, like pulling down a wall and rebuilding it, or removing the interlocks within your compound and replacing it, or uprooting the entire street to ensure that any and all potholes are removed when you decide to replace it. But that's not the case. Microclimate engineering involves making small but effective changes to your environment that deliver results. And this includes 4 things that we're going to treat today, but it's not restricted to these 4. But we will deal with these 4 for the sake of time. The first is drainage solutions. The second is vegetation management. The third is filling up holes. And the fourth is container removal. First, drainage solutions. Ensure the drainage systems within and outside your home support the free flow of water. This is one of the major breeding grounds for mosquitoes, especially if you live in neighborhoods with an open gutter system, which is the case in most African countries. Get your drainage systems in check to create an environment less conducive for mosquitoes and malaria. This also applies to any aesthetic or luxury water bodies you might have in your environment, like water fountains or swimming pools that might not be in use all the time. Whenever they are not in use, figure out a way to drain them completely so mosquitoes don't take advantage of the stagnant water. 2. Vegetation management. Some plants attract mosquitoes. You need to be careful with them. They include the mango tree. Mango trees can attract mosquitoes due to their sweet scent and potential to create standing water in their leaves. Dense and shady vegetation. Any areas with thick vegetation that create cool, shaded environments can provide resting places for adult mosquitoes. 3. Banana plants. Banana plants are known to collect water in their leaves, which could create an environment conducive for mosquito breeding. Overgrown grass or weeds. Allowing grass to grow tall or having areas of weedy overgrowth can provide shelter for mosquitoes. On the other hand, some plants create a natural barrier to mosquitoes. They include lemongrass, basil, rosemary, eucalyptus, and mint. To maximize the benefits of these plants, plant them in your outdoor sitting areas, near your windows, veranda, or balconies, and use them in combination with other mosquito control methods like proper drainage and the use of bed nets. Now let's move on to number 3, which is filling holes. Fill up holes in the ground with soil, stone, cement, or asphalt to prevent water from gathering inside. And lastly, remove or cover small containers, jars, or tires around that can hold water and serve as a breeding site for mosquitoes. Microclimate engineering is not a one-person battle. In most neighborhoods today, people adopt the me, myself, and my family individualistic approach to life. But when it comes to the war against mosquitoes, it simply won't work. Imagine going through all the steps we've listed. You've filled up all the holes in the ground to prevent stagnant water from gathering anywhere. You've cleaned the drainage and the gutter to ensure that there is a free flow of water within your environment, and you've grown all those plants that we listed that repel mosquitoes. But then you have neighbors on both sides of your house who have overgrown grass, who have water fountains or swimming pools that are filled with stagnant rainwater, and who have all sorts of containers, jars, and tires scattered around their compounds. Your efforts will definitely go to waste. And so as you work towards becoming the best microclimate engineer that you can be, you also need to work towards becoming a community engineer so that you can ensure that your neighbors come along for the ride. Cheers.